What's good, y'all? Coach Gaines here, back with another video. We have dumbbell legs. You know how you get to the gym and it's super busy. You've done your warm up. You're trying to get into your first set. You know, you go stand behind the dumbbells. Hey, man, how many sets you got left? All right, bet. Let me get that one when you're done. You know, you sit your bag down by the bench, kind of sit off to the side, fake stretch for a second. Yeah, okay. I'm going to show you how to utilize that space and get a full leg day with just dumbbells and a bench. Let's get these gains. I'm assuming you've already done something to get your body warm, maybe a little bit of cardio, some mobility work. So getting into our first exercise, I want to start it off with a single leg squat. You're going to be slightly in front of that bench, elevate one foot, sit back here and drive up. Okay, a few keys to the movement is I want to make sure that foot stays flat on the ground and you're really sitting back similar to how you do in a normal squat. I want you to make sure that knee's not caving in when you're going down. Okay, so really fight that. If you need to slightly point the toe out, and again, kind of force that knee out similar to how we do in our normal squat, continue to do that, okay? A modification for this, if you're struggling, is to work the eccentric portion of the movement. So I want you to control, try and sit as soft as possible. Go ahead and drop that other foot down and stand, okay? So we're still getting the same work, still strengthening the same muscles, but we're nice and controlled and we're up, okay? So for that first set, I want to go 10 each leg. Set number 2. If you can, let's go ahead and load a little weight. And the way we're going to do that, now, although I'm going to be demonstrating this entire workout with one dumbbell, I do want you to have various. So make sure you build it up on whatever exercise that we're doing. We're going to be here on this goblet, right in the front. Keep our core tight, everything the same. Sit down, controlled, and drive. Ooh, okay. Same thing. Sit back, drive. Sit back, drive. One thing to note is that when you sit, make sure that the core is staying tight. So let me see if I can show you from the side. We sit down, make sure that we don't collapse down here. All right, so my core is tight. I'm staying upright. I have good posture no matter what, okay? Coming back to that single leg, goblet position. Don't let this weight pull you forward. My core is engaged. I'm tight. I'm going down to my squat. Drive, okay? I want you to go 3 sets of 10 reps on each leg. Rest about 60 to 90 seconds and try and increase weight on each set. All right, movement number 2, we got RDLs. All right, we're going to pyramid this. So I want you to start off with a lighter weight for 12 reps. Then set 2 is going to be 10 reps. Set 3 is going to be 8 reps. And set 4 is going to be 6 reps. Ideally, I want you to get heavier each set. Man, one major point I want to make is don't be lazy when you're picking up or putting down the weight, because that is 9 times out of 10 the time when you're going to get hurt. You know, at the end of the movement, we want to just toss it or whatever, and you throw your back out. Have good form when we're picking up, too. So I'm going to pick this up like a squat. All right. Up. Okay. So hands are right in front of the thighs. All right. Posture. Okay. So one thing I like to think about. Squeezing something in my armpit here to really lock in that posture. Okay. And I want to try and maintain that the whole time as I do the movement. So a few checkpoints. We're standing upright. My posture is good. My arms are locked in. My feet are shoulder width apart. I have a slight bend, or just a soft knee, I like to call it. Okay, so I'm not locked all the way out. A soft knee. Okay, dumbbells are in front. Now the key here is to push those hips away from you and keep the dumbbells close to your legs as you travel down. Get tension, hold for a second, squeeze through the glutes, and make sure we squeeze that core at the top. One thing I really see a lot of is when people get to the top, they try and do this to think that they're fully extending or squeezing the glutes. But as soon as you open up like that, all that pressure goes to the lower back. So go ahead and stay to the front and keep the core tight to make sure we protect that lower back. All right. Again, soft knee, arms are locked in, posture is good. My head is neutral. Let's go ahead and push back. Push, 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 push. Feel that stretch. Bam. People are going to have different ranges. Okay. Some people you're going to see go all the way down to the floor. Some people you're going to see go a little bit less. We're really just looking for tension on the glutes and hamstrings, and hold that tension for a second at your furthest position, and then come up with good form. All right. As you're performing this RDL, there's a certain point you're going to get to where you're going to hit your end range. And because you want to go further, or you think you're supposed to, this is going to happen. Okay. So we're coming down here, push, push, push. You're going to say, oh, I want to go further. Bam. You see that? We don't want that. We want to keep that spine nice and neutral and make sure we're not trying to look up. Most people try and look at themselves in the mirror, but You're putting a lot of tension in the neck area as well, trying to look up here. So keep the spine neutral, keep the head nice and straight, and we're here. All right. Lock it in, slight bend, push back, push, 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 push. That's about my end range. And even though I don't have weight, because my form is good, I can still really feel that load in the hamstrings and glutes right now. Squeeze through the glutes, squeeze the core. We're back at the top. Okay, remember, 12, 10, 8, 6. I want you to get heavier with each set. All right, next move, we're gonna have a hip thrust variation. Now, at this point, you're probably gonna hit a dilemma. Your glutes are stronger than what you're gonna be able to load up, okay? You probably, whether that's carrying it or holding it on top. So instead of loading heavier, we're gonna go more volume. So get as heavy as you can carry, and then I'll show you the variation, all right? Top of my shoulders on the bench. As far as placement, you wanna be able to touch your heels, okay? That's usually a good indicator. If it feels awkward, adjust your feet to where you're comfortable and you can keep your feet flat, but that's typically a good spot. My feet are shoulder width apart, all right? Now here, depending on the weight, how you load this is gonna be different, okay? But for me, let's say if I do start here, okay, putting my shoulders up, bend. All right, we get to that starting position. You may need to have someone get you to the top first, but so I want to start with full range of motion for 8 reps. I want half range for 8 reps, and we're going to finish with the 8-second hold. So here's how it's going to look. Our top position is always ending here with my core tight. I don't want you extending too much to where your lower back is getting pressure, okay? So we're down. I'm looking forward. My feet are shoulder width. They're flat on the ground. So we're going to go a little bit deeper. 1, 2. Feeling that stretch on the glutes and the squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice how this is almost like a hinge, okay? There's 8. All right, now I'm just releasing the glutes, squeeze, release, squeeze. Almost like just performing a pelvic tilt, or again, just nice and short, releasing the glutes. 5, 6, 7. And on 8, we're gonna hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So 8, 8, and 8. Okay. A few things. If you do feel like it's too much pressure or stress in the neck of holding yourself up for that long amount of time, I want you to go ahead and shorten those reps to 5 instead of 8. Okay. Or if you feel like your form is failing, let's go ahead and shorten it down. Still load up as heavy as you can. And we're going to go 4 rounds there as well. Take about 60 to 90 seconds in between each movement. All right, moving on, we're going to throw a lunge in here. This one is all about time under tension, okay? So we're going to go down into our reverse lunge. I want a 2-second pause at the bottom before we step back up. You're going to do that for 5 reps and then drop the weight and give me 8 reps without any weight, okay? So here's how it's going to look. So I'll show you from the side. All right, again, posture. My core is tight. You will have a slight hinge when you step back, and that's okay. Okay, so here, feet are shoulder width. I got good posture. I'm looking forward. I'm going to step back into that lunge. 1, 2, bam. 1, 2, here. All right, really trying to keep my knee in the same position as I step back. 1, 2, here. 1, 2, bam. One more. 1, 2, here. See, I should have been a little more careful with how I sat that down, because that definitely was super lazy. So that's a perfect point of how a small moment can, hurt your gains at the end of the day or lead to injury. All right, so after I get those 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, if you need it, take a second. About 15 to 30 seconds before loading up again. I want you to really go as heavy as possible here. We're only going to do this for 3 rounds, okay? So if you have straps that you can use for the dumbbells, that would be perfect. They'll help you probably go 15 to 20 pounds heavier than you do without, okay? Again, my feet are shoulder width. My posture is good. When I step back, I keep my feet shoulder width, okay? Hold, drive. Driving through that front foot. Try not to push a lot on that back. And we're just putting all that emphasis on that front foot, driving through. 1, 2. And again, 1, 2. Let's go ahead and put it down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 5 reps with a 2-second pause. Make that heavy. Go heavier on each set if you can. And then always hitting that 8 reps of just body weight right after. All right, your hands may be a little tired at this point, so let's change the way we hold the dumbbell. We're going to go to a goblet squat. Let's go with that same format and go 5. But this time you're going to do 8 jump squats and then 8 squats as well, okay? Stay with me, y'all. 3 to 4 rounds. If you feel like 3 was too easy, go ahead and add another one. But I really want you to load up this goblet squat, okay? So, again, I'm going to show you how I pick it up, how I like to do it. I've seen a lot of different ways, but I basically just clean it up. So I'm already in my squat stance. My core is tight. My chest is up. I come down with my arms straight here, and I drive it up and just get underneath, okay? And my core is tight. The main thing with these goblet squats is you don't want to collapse here, okay? And you don't want it away from your body or pulling you forward. So we're keeping the core tight to fight that, all right? We'll start here. So give me 5. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. Here, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoo! Squat it on out. Yeah. That's going to turn into a little cardio. Okay, so 5 reps with the 2-second pause. 8 reps, jump squat. 8 reps, normal squat. Okay, I'm going to show you it again from the other angle. Again, my feet are shoulder width or just outside shoulder width. Slight angle out. My knees are always tracking over those toes. The main indicator is this. We don't want this. Okay, don't let those knees cave in. Try your best to keep your foot all the way flat. So we're not coming up on our toes here. And then we're just nice and controlled, okay? Load the goblet squat up as heavy as you can, okay? Let's go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah. All right, and to finish off, I want you to go find a calf machine and give me 3 sets of 15 to 20 reps. Take about 60 seconds in between each set, and then you're good. If you really want an extra bonus, give me about 10 minutes on the stairs to finish. Just get that extra burn. I hope you enjoyed this. Post your questions below. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. Let's get these gains, baby.